guys, welcome to today's video. Today is Face of the Month, a video that I usually do on the first day of the month. I have shot this 3 times. So I changed my background. I had a gray background for a long time and I thought I'd switch it up a little bit, and I'm having a hard time getting good balance. So my face looks very dark. So I brought in my ring light to see if that helps, and we're just going to see. This might not make it up, but we're going to try. So these are the things that I bought in the month of April that I really, really love, and I'm going to put them on. It's kind of like a favorites video, but it's not, because I can't make that kind of commitment. Anyway, I hope you will enjoy. We're going to, of course, start with foundation. I am wearing a sunscreen that is mineral, and it is quite white, so I'm wearing the Native. I did 2 pumps of the Native and 1 pump of the tinted Elastin, and waited for that for 2 or 3 minutes and then did it again. But I still see a little bit of a white cast coming through. So, you know, letting you know. I also messed up a step in my skincare. And I'm just telling you this because what I'm going to put on my face worked when I shot this yesterday. I'm not sure if it's going to work today, because it feels a little bit sticky. It feels different than it felt yesterday, but I'm going on with a foundation that I didn't do this month, and that is the Kevyn Aucoin Balm. Because I didn't try a foundation this month that I loved. So we're going to talk about those as I put these on. I have 2 colors here. One is light 4.5 and one is medium 06. And the medium 06 is really good for me, but sometimes it's too dark. So I bought the light at a sale in the last year or so. And I'm not going to use the brush that comes with it or the other brush that I've used before. I'm just going to do fingers. Recently I did my 25-year-old makeup and how I wore makeup 25 years ago. And I pulled out my favorite. I had just a little left from Visage Beauty. I will post that video right here. But I wanted to pull this out since Wayne Goss came out with his own cream foundation. And the color really didn't work for me. I find that the Kevyn Aucoin colors are really nice for me. And I happen to love this balm. When it came out, so many people dragged it, including Wayne Goss. But I just don't think they went through the trouble of learning how to apply it. It's a different kind of texture. And when I have used this before, I've used a brush. But when I did my video, the 25-year-old video, the other day, I'm reminded that that cream foundation, I didn't use with a brush. I just used it with my fingers. So that's what we're going to do. So far, it's not going on quite like it did yesterday, but there's no incompatibilities. So we are good, but I will certainly take my time. The other foundation that I tried is a skin tint from Rose Inc. Unlike so many other brands that say skin tint and you get a ton of coverage, that one really is a skin tint, and I needed a little bit more coverage than it was able to offer me, and so I really had to use a lot. The first day I was using a color that was too light, but the undertone was great. It was a true neutral, and I was able to make it work, you know, with my blush and my bronzer. The finished look was super, super pretty, but I had to use a lot of it, and it's not an inexpensive product. So if you're looking for something that truly is a tint, it might be something to look at, but I did find it was a little tricky, and it looked horrible on my forehead. My forehead is smooth. My forehead is never an area that looks bad, and if it looks bad, there's definitely something wrong. And I just found it was possible that the balls, the spears, didn't break up all that easily, and you really, really have to work hard to break them up on your hand before you apply to your face. And I don't know, at the end of the day I thought it's too fussy for me, and I have to use too much to get the kind of coverage I want. The second color I got was very good. It was a good depth of tone and good undertone. So I will say this, I don't know where she's going in the future with her line, but I hope she keeps those colors the same because they're truly, truly neutral. They have both pink and yellow in them, so nothing's dominant, and it's very, very neutral, which I think works for a lot of people. I'm just going to take this damp beauty blender and make sure I'm really blended because my sunscreen is so damn tacky. But I'm really delighted to see that there's no incompatibilities. Now I'm going to take the light one. I mean, I feel like this isn't a bad match, honestly. But I'm going to take it anyway, and I'm just going to add it to my cheeks. And I just work it, work it, work it. It's not something that you just go like this and want to kind of really warm it up. I mean, honestly, I feel like my redness is super covered. But we'll just go in with a light kind of in the center, just a little bit. And just kind of rolling and pressing. And with this sunscreen, maybe you don't notice the difference, or maybe you're not familiar with my channel. I'm not shiny. Look at that. And I'll just pounce it around a little bit more. I mean, this is what I would look like if I have no redness in my skin. All right, that's my base. For concealer, I don't have something new, so I'm going to stop the camera, put that on, and come right back at you. All right, I've done my concealer. I am using the Lancome, and let's get into some of the favorites that I did buy this month. So first of all, I might do bronzer normally first, but I wanted to get into this Tom Ford. This is the Duo Cheek and Eye in Icloud Nude. And look how beautiful that is. This is something they come out with every year as a limited edition. And I've never bought one before, and I'm so glad that I bought one this year because it's super pretty. Cleaned this brush. I just want to show you this color here. See how my camera keeps on changing when I bring something in? Blah. Making me nuts. And I did a white balance. I'm going to pick this up because this appears to be a very neutral little color, but if I look at my brush, I'm definitely seeing some kind of pinky tone in there. See that? It didn't do that when I first got it. So strange. If you are my shade, which is light medium or lighter, I think you're going to really enjoy this for a very subtle blush. I'm going to do a finger swatch for you. So here they are as finger swatches. Now before I go in with the blush from this is called a cheek and eye palette, and I'm not going to do one of my eye palettes because while there were a couple that I liked, the color didn't work with this. This is one of the reasons why I had to reshoot this. I'm going to go with my finger and pick up this color I just put on my cheeks and put it on my eyes. So the palettes this month I got were some Tom Fords that aren't new, and one of them is called Insulin Rose, which I tried to do for this look the other day, and it just didn't work with the blush color. And the other one is Sous le Sable, and I love both of them. And I also love the Artist Couture. Many people didn't like that palette, the Supreme Mauve, because they thought the shimmer metallic colors just didn't have enough bang for the buck. But for me, it's ideal, you know, because it's not too much. So I love those. And then I'm going to pick up this color and do a little bit of blushing on my eyes. Not taking it up too high. Sometimes I'll put it right up here. And it kind of gives you this lovely, I've been in the sun kind of look. And then the two palettes that I bought and returned were not really formula issues, they were color issues. It was the Charlotte Tilbury and the Patrick Ta, which both claimed to be rose, and neither of them were. They were warm color palettes, and I'm just not feeling the warm stuff right now. So I was a little disappointed with that. Now, same brush, I did wipe it off, and I'm going to go in with this color on the cheeks. And I'm going right underneath the eye, on top of the cheek, to kind of give you that fresh kissed look. We're getting there. Now, I got the Guerlain Sun-Kissed Healthy Glow Powder. This is my very first Guerlain. And Guerlain is the first brand I ever remember. I mean, I was in high school who did bronzer. And even then I thought, well, I don't understand the point of this at all. And it was pretty orange at that time, to my recollection. I'm going in with this other Rougher Brush 05. And I usually don't like to do a big brush when I'm doing a bronzer, take off the excess. But we'll just kind of pat it on top of the cheekbones, and then really gives me that sun-kissed look. I'm in 00 Clair, and I'm kind of doing the classic 3. Boop, boop. Give you a little bit of a sun-kissed look. Bronze side, unbronzed side. I find that this color doesn't have the yellow in it as much, which for my skin tone, it just doesn't work for me. I don't like bronzers that are warm, because I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. I've spent plenty of time in the sun, at the beach, at a pool, and I don't get yellow when I'm bronzed. I get a little red, I get a little pink because I'm fair. Not terribly pink. If I can find a picture, you guys, of me without any makeup, I have one, I just don't know where it is. When I'm at my grandmother's, who lives at the beach, you can see what my tan color looks like. It's not bad, but we're not doing that anymore. There. All right, for me, as I get older, I notice that the skin underneath the eyelashes shows, and I just can't stand it. But most pencils don't stay there. Milk had one that was fantastic, and they discontinued it. It stayed on, even when I washed my face, it was still there. I actually had to go in with a Q-tip to get it off. So this is a new product from Hourglass, and it stays really nicely. Boom. Now for lashes, Charlotte Tilbury Push-Up Lashes Dream Pop is just fantastic brownish color, maybe a little bit of a red undertone, and I have been using this almost nonstop. In fact, I would say everything that I got last month, this is the biggest hit because I'm using it the most. The other things I'm not using as much, but that's primarily because if I'm putting on makeup in front of you, I don't want to use the same thing over and over again, lest you be bored to tears. Let's put some of this on. Super pretty, one coat, that's all I want. And one of the things I like about this is it doesn't chip, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't end up on your cheek or over here. It stays until you take it off, which I really appreciate. And it gives me a little bit of lash without giving me too much darkness. Now for my lips, this is new from Sisley, and it's the color Nude. And I'm just going to give this a swatcheroonie for you. On my hand, there's, at certain angles, there's a peachy nature to this. But on my lips, it doesn't do what I want it to do. Michelle Wong had done this, and not only the first time she did it, but every time I watch a video where I'm like, what's on her lips? I need to have that. And she'll mention what it is later on, and I'm like, damn, it's the one I have. And it just does not do the same thing for me. It smells like vanilla, which I just love. Super comfortable. On me, it's not enough color to give me that look that she gets. So I don't really see a peachy thing going on here, but it's super comfortable. Very nice balm without being too heavy. And I think there's little teeny sparkles in here, which will just help even more to make the lips look a little shiny, a little lovely. Now for brows, my brow pencil broke. And do you know what I've been doing? I haven't been showing you. I've been doing the Gimme Brow. It doesn't fill out, like I have a bald spot here, but it's pretty darn good while I'm waiting for this to come in, which I didn't order it right away. I don't know why I do that. I know it's broken. So first I go down, and it really does make a big difference. And then I go up without dipping back in. I do have other eyebrow products. I don't know if you can see the difference from here to here, but I notice it and it's just enough. But the other products that I have are truly fussy and require getting out a bigger magnifying glass and really focusing. And I might do a video on these things just for kicks. There. And the other lip product I've been using a lot, another one from Hourglass, this is called the Glossy Balm, Phantom Glossy Balm. And I'll put my color down below, I can't remember, but it just has more color than the Sicily one. They feel completely different. This one is heavier on the lips, which is usually not my thing. I'm very sensitive, I'm very aware of things that are too heavy, but I just kind of love this. It does do something for plumping, and when I first put it on, I don't notice it, and after 3 or 4 minutes, the mint comes in. So it's not super hot, it's not like cinnamon, it's not aggressive, but it's pleasant. And it's just a really super mellow look where the skin, I feel, looks kind of perfected, kind of nice. I don't look like I'm wearing too much, but I feel like I look like I've just been kissed by the sun, a teeny weeny bit. And this is the 5th time I've done this sign off because I keep on changing the lights so I don't look so orange. I hope this one will work. This is the last time I'm going to do my sign off. So let's go over it. I would say, even though I don't like to commit to a favorite, this is the full face of favorites. So the Icloud Nude from Tom Ford, I'm not going to open because it flashes the camera, but I love this. I love the beigey kind of color that has a little pinkness, and I love this apricot-y color, and it works lovely on the eyes. If you are going someplace for the weekend and you just want to look fresh and good, but you don't want to pack a lot, this would be a really good thing to pack. This bronzer, my first grew on, and I really enjoy this. This one, I would say, is a solid medium depth of tone for me, and it's color 00, and I enjoy it very, very much. This one, as I said, is the thing that I've worn 90% of the time since I bought it, when I'm putting on mascara. This, I had a coughing fit a few minutes ago. Something stuck in my throat, and my eyes started to water. I went with a beauty blender just to get rid of that water. But this is still here, you guys. Still here. It stays. Yay, finally. These, not new, but really, really, really like them. If you like the idea of a balm foundation, but Wayne Goss didn't provide a color that works for you, take a look at the Kevyn Aucoin. They don't have a lot of colors either, but they might have a color that works for you. They have 2 colors that work for me, so if you're more neutral, give that a try if it's something you're interested in doing. Lip products, love them both. This one has a little bit more color than the Sicily, but I love the way the Sicily feels. It's a little more comfortable, but I'm kind of digging this one as well, even though it's heavier than I'm used to. And that, you guys, is the face of the month for April. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was a brilliant way to lollygag for 15 minutes, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.